What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to G-Ball Vision. Thank you for stopping in today. I have another exciting unboxing to dig into for you. Before we get started, double check and make sure you are subscribed here to the channel. Hit that thumbs up button. Always appreciate that, everyone. It really helps push the videos out there so more people have a chance to check them out. And let me know what you're carrying in your pockets today down in the comments. Love hearing from you. So we had a knife come in from Real Steel. Huge shout out to them for sending this in for us to take a look at. This is called the Teres, and this will be out of their new line of knives that they just released very recently. And this will be one that we've never checked out before. Nice microfiber cloth here, and there is the knife. So we have the Real Steel Teres here, and this is one I saw either on their website or on Instagram. I thought this would compete nicely in that CEO category. We're looking at a straight back style of blade. This is going to be a pokey, thin slicer right here. It does have a healthy blade stock on it though, but it's not overly thick. We'll do some cutting with it here in a little bit. Decent sharpening choil there, or very good sharpening choil for the height of the blade. And yeah, I think that's pretty solid. Let me know if you see otherwise. We are looking at Nitro V for the blade steel here. See if we can bring that up. Nitro V, they've been using a lot of Nitro V, and that's fine because I'll take Nitro V. Not the N690's bad, which they've used a lot of in the past and has been very solid. I think I would take the Nitro V most times out of the N690, but N690 is a decent steel. I think it would depend on the design of the knife. Depending on the design, you know, what steel you would want. We are looking at an aluminum body here, and it has a green finish to it. Looks very good with the black liners, blade, and hardware. Just looks really solid. We have a deep carry wire pocket clip here, and I'm pretty sure that'll be reversible. Just switch the hardware around with the clip. Very clean and slim on the hardware, just a pivot screw, and then we have the clip and body screw combo holding in the aluminum backspacer there that has a nice little integrated lanyard hole. Let's see what this looks like in the pocket. It's going to carry nice and deep. Yeah, nice and deep. That looks good. That's one thing, or one of the many things I should say, Real Steel does very well, and that's their pocket clips and how their folding knives carry. They do a phenomenal, flawless job. 99 times out of 100, they nail the carry. It's ambidextrous. It's nice and deep. You know, there are some where they're the more premium, so they get the milled clip, but, you know, for their user designs like this, they nail the things that matter. We have great access to that liner there, chamfered, and it's jimped. That's exactly what I want to see. And then even the action here, it's solid, nice and snappy on the flipper tab there, and it's jimped nice and tiny there on the top, so you just get a good light switch in there, and then it's softened, it's not pointy, so you could do the push button as well, and then it will drop down past 50. And then once it breaks in, it'll be a light, easy shake. And that's pretty damn good for how thin this blade is. Dropping down already. And then boom, we are, after all of that, centered up. There's no detent lash. That is a nice detent there. Nice and snappy for that flipper. And then if there's any pivot lash, we'll find it here. And there's not. We'll do a soft open here, and we are looking at a good lockup there, probably like 40% or so. Looks pretty good. We will check that as well. Good clean ergos. It tails down here a little bit. I think this knife, this will be a pretty good hit for Real Steel, I have to think, depending on the pricing. So let's see what kind of edge Real Steel put on this thing. And I'll say it now, they do a phenomenal job on their quality control and their edges, and checking that lock. You know, they're going to miss stuff. I'm sure there's every place has, an issue with, there's going to be something that gets through, right? Somebody's gotten a dull knife before, somebody's gotten lock rock before. It just happens, things get missed. But I would say, for the most part, Real Steel, they nail all the things that matter the most, and then they nail them secondary things too, like the action and some of the other various, form over function areas. These knives are going to come out of the box nice and sharp. They're going to carry well. They're going to have good materials to great materials, and they're going to be finished very, very well. Love what Real Steel does over there, and they work with a lot of designers that put out designs that are definitely more geared for a cutting tool to be, right? It's not just that next flashy type design. They have some of them as well, but they put out real users. You talk to some people who have bought some Real Steels, and they'll tell you, that they have a damn good knife in the Real Steel. So let's check this lock and see what we are looking at here. It feels good. There's no up and down, and there's no side to side. Still have yet to have a knife from Real Steel to fail. And that's out of dozens and dozens and dozens at this point. Nice. It's good. Woo, baby. That is nice for a liner lock. They got that nice and solid. Good, positive lockout. Very easy to get to. This is going to be a solid hit for Real Steel. I have to believe anyway. Once it gets out there, people see it. And I'm sure they have other versions of this knife as well. But this is a really, really good looking combination here with the handle color and then all the hardware matching the blade. It looks pretty damn good in my eyes. People with blade length restrictions, this is definitely going to be out of your wheelhouse. I think this will be a little too large. We are looking at 3 1/4 basically on the total blade, and 3 inches of cutting edge, and then we're coming down right at 7/4 overall. So not quite a full-size knife, but it's going to be in that larger mid-size range, I would say. I wear an XL glove, and I'll be able to get a full grip on this thing. Not a ton of room left over to spare, but I'll have some room to maneuver on that handle and get comfortable. And then if you really want to, because of the way this is done and it's flattened here, you'll be able to choke up behind that edge with no issues, and you'll be able to get right up on that tip too. So this will be a nice universal folder here. EDC, be able to do some work related tasks with it. You could take this as kind of a gentlemanly carry, definitely a business CEO type carry. So yeah, I could see this doing really well in a lot of different areas, and that's one thing a lot of people will look for, is something that can kind of do a lot of things well, right? Might not be an expert at any one thing. This will definitely be an expert at poking though, so it does even still have that going for it. This would just be a knife you don't want to, take a hammer and beat it into a log and try to pry around with it. Not going to be able to probably do that, but just about anything you could throw at this, I think it'll handle pretty well. Anything you do with a knife, I think this will be just fine. You start going out of those parameters, then, you know, you're bound to have an issue along the line. Either which way, you want to use this to climb up the nearest building or mountain, go for it and let us know how it goes when you get back. But for everyone else, let me know what you think of the new Real Steel Teres here. I think it's going to be a nice hit for them. Hit that thumbs up button. I always appreciate that, everyone. If you're new to the channel here, we release videos just like this one every single day. Hit the subscribe button, ring the bell. I'd love to have you here. I'll put up a couple of new videos. Go check one of them out. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you again, everyone. I will catch all of you on the next one.